provides Luke.
Technically, the X-Borg is also something that they can try to utilize. Ruby as well. But I don't know. Let's see, for Geek Fam, what is it going to be? It's a Ruby and a Franco. He's going to be offended and bloody hunted. Whoever it is, that poor guy.
Wow. If you're talking about Kabuki, I feel like he has the ability to skip every skill shot there is, from the Iron Hook to the I'm offended, the pull. But the lockdown is just there for Geek Fam to put the players of Aura in place and just burst them down with the hair of the Vexana. Now the question for Aura, how will they deal with this? Will they be, you know, picking up a strong mage that can dispel herself or himself, or, you know, they go for full damage?
I think it's time for Novaria for Yehezkiel. They need that vision control because of this Franco ambush potential. If Claude goes in, that's why, I mean, we were talking about how Kabuki can dodge away from the I'm offended, the Iron Hooks, but one thing you cannot dodge. Oh! It's a signature Yehezkiel pick! Something that we saw in the challenge season for Yehezkiel just last year. Popped off on this pick, carried. We were talking about how the range could work out. That's why the Novaria was there, that vision control. But it's not vision control that he's chosen, it's burst control. We will one-shot you, we will poke you down before you can even deal with us. Arashi, how's it looking? The Claude, back to the point, can dodge away from the Iron Hook, can dodge away from the CC, but one thing you cannot dodge away from is that bloody hunt suppression.
The suppression, and of course, there's ways for Geek to really go for a lot more aggressive of a chase situation. Purifies and Kabuki and Yaoi. Yehezkiel on the flicker though. That just seems like Geek will definitely be looking at that as a option, right? As one more target for them to try and go for pickoffs, because I think that's the idea, right? Lock someone down, burst him down, use the Vexana as counter-engage or follow-up, and you have a solid composition.
The climb back for the Wounded Dragons. In game number 3, with the Geek still standing atop them, already safely in playoffs. Will they gatekeep Aura from making it to playoffs here in game number 3? Into the land of Dawn we go.
Playoffs on their eyes. Of course, Geek Fam, they could crash the party. They could crash Aura now and deny them of that playoffs spot.
Ooh, but right now you can see that there's a bit focus for both teams here to really get ahead in the clear game in that mid lane in particular. And you're seeing that this game is absolutely no different. But the Franco and the Vexana, so far at least, is clearing a lot faster than the Mathilda and Farsa, because Mathilda doesn't really provide that much as Beloyski does his thing.
Beloyski's signature pick in the back usually back then was the Franco, right? We used to see a lot of this, and Beloyski wants to continue to harass. Gugun doesn't want that, doesn't like that.
Beloyski could be punished, but the flicker is there. Counter Iron Hook will not catch anyone.
So, let's talk a little bit about this Beloyski Franco pick, Arashi. The Iron Hooks, there's so many Purifiers on the board for Aura. What is it supposed to do? How do you play this Franco in this game?
I think it's mainly used for pickoffs. Even if you don't really get a big Iron Hook, you can go for a Flicker Bloody Hunt, and that does have the desired effect. But now look at the Ray being focused down.
The brawl in the top lane, the taunt is there to keep Ray in his place, but the hook will delay the players of Aura. Meanwhile, Luke receiving the damage, though no victims will collapse.
Safe all around. There was a potential engage around no petrify. Big resource that Geek Fam will definitely try to capitalize on. Luke!
Oh no, the movement though! Wow. And Aran is just deleted. First blood for Geek Fam and for Luke. And next, of course, in their menu is the Turtle. Yehezkiel in the bush looking to make a play. But of course, the Eternal Guard will lock him in place. And the hook just sends him swinging towards the back. Feather Strike will not connect. Might that be a misclick? But the Praesor's Wrath from Gugun will secure Aura, the Turtle, as they escape death.
Doubts to Gugun in game number 2. Where was the retry? He shows up in game number 3. With the odds stacked against them, Kabuki goes back. Okay, he's safe.
Bit of a scary situation for Kabuki. But for Aura, it's back to that neutral objective game, but they really need to be careful about Geek Fam, right? They have the better pickoff once again in the mid lane.
Yehezkiel, no, he's just going to die. And for what? Oh no, a blind hook from Beloyski will catch Gukun, but that signals him to move forward. A run in the back line. Now the Appraiser's Wrath is there. The damage is just enough. Circling Eagle from Yawi will keep Luke in place. BDF counter from Iran will be able to usher GEEK Fam for a kill. Aura looks like they were able to get collapsed on, but they counter-engaged.
To chop one head off and two come back out and grow. GEEK Fam, gotta be careful with who they decide to look for because the Dragons seems like they're evolving.
But right now, though, you can see that GEEK, they do have a solid plan here. They want Raid to be a lot far ahead, using the Baxter Superior clear, and they're using all this pick-off, particularly in the mid lane. The fact that the Haskill is so vulnerable here without a Purify means that a single collision with a Shield Unity, an Iron Hook, or an I'm Offended can seal Yeheskill's fate. So now he needs to be a bit more careful, and that's allowing GEEK to be proactive when it comes to invading S3, the trio mid rotation from the mid lane. And hopefully they can use it to try and go for the mutual objectives. Because when it comes down to an all-out brawl against a Yuzong and Fredrin, it's going to be a bit too difficult, at least for now, without items, to get a decisive outcome here.
And so far, it's been really tough for the Farsa. Not going for the Purify that we expected with the Flicker. Very, very aggressive, but it's a double-edged sword. It's a very risky game that Yehezkiel is playing. He's either a popping off Yehezkiel or Yehezkilled in these team fights. With that Flicker, he needs to just position super far back and deal damage to carry these team fights. Turtle number 2, Gukun. First on it, Ray though. Wants to look for it too, both posturing over.
Ooh, Shield Unity, just rolling him around. Another Turtle Dance. Who will be the champions of this? Yawi in the backline. The Eternal Guard is there. Zaman Force is perfect. But the Feather Air Strike will be able to snipe someone down. Now it's Chadera. It is going to kill Gukun, and double kill for Chadera. The Iron Hook connects. Aran stuck and unable to move. A triple kill for Chadera. And this Hereth is online.
Oh no! What's worse than a Hereth pick let go? A Hereth pick let go and starting the game off with 3 kills at the 5th minute of the game. A snowballing one as GEEK Fam take the turtle for free. They'll even take a turret. Wait, they're going for more.
Circling Eagle will catch someone in place of that mid turret. Meanwhile, the Feather Airstrike will not connect. And again, it has never been able to deliver the damage needed. And Aura is in a cul-de-sac.
With the trade there, they were able to get the bottom turret, but man, that's a great start here for Chadera. He got the Starlium Scythe right before that fight even begun, so there was a huge boost in damage output compared to Kabuki, who's on the cloud that requires a bit more. And you have to remember right here, Yehezkiel, he's vulnerable to cloud control, but he's also vulnerable to that Eternal Guard. In the first fight, we saw that he was forced to cancel out his Feather Airstrike because the Eternal Guard walked up and was a big problem just outputting damage. So now, if his team doesn't really deal with the Eternal Guard, even in the back, he's gonna be taking a lot of damage if the Eternal Guard, unfortunately, will be targeting him.
Wow. Ray as well, though, and that's a Sky Guardian helmet rush, it seems. Luke!
A pull toward Yehezkiel, again locked in place! Collapsed upon, and the chain CC is perfect. Kabuki with the blazing duet, no damage. Yawi, again the circling eagle, and Aran, defensive BDF, will not save him from the disaster. And that disaster is Chadera.
Chadera pulled him out of the skies, he shot him from the skies! Dropped down to the ground, Beloy!
Oh, what a hook! Thankfully, though, the Purify will save Yawi. And Beloyski is just fishing some dragons for dinner tonight.
And that's still before the combo, right? The Shield Unity, mini stun into an Iron Hook. That is still something that Aura will have to try and deal with if GEEK Fam really does start snowballing out of control. Taking down the turrets right here, this means that the whole jungle now is so much more vulnerable. And these bushes next to the buff of Aura is just free real estate for GEEK Fam. All these bushes available to just mount the trap. Yawi spotted.
Could be spotted out, but Beloyski, he holds his trigger and does not pull the hook. So Yawi live to see another day.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yehezkiel has been Yehezkilled again by Luke. So when he thinks about Beloy, Luke comes in. When he thinks about Luke, Baloyski is there. And even when both of them don't go in, Ray suddenly appears from nowhere with the shield unity. This has been so risky, and so far it hasn't paid off at all for Aura. What are they waiting for at this point of the game? Because the pressure, it's not even there. Another hook. Oh, canceled out though. Do Aura play for late? What's going on here, Rashi?
I think at this one they really have to play for the late. When you look at the comparison in the gold lane, of course Kabuki will be able to do a lot more damage. In theory, later on, if they can try and get the Harith under control, right? Harith is ability-based, and the Claude is basic attack-based. In theory, it should kind of play out like that, but still, it's a small difference.
Chadera could be caught there. The shield is there, though. Feathered airstrike from behind. Chadera is able to bob and weave from the damage, but Aran circling around the players of Aura. Perfect Eternal Guard, but it won't really hit anyone. Ray is low, but Aran gets a boy, and he has to be the sacrificial lamb. Ray rolls away from the crime scene. It's a 1-for-1 trade. A boy for Aran.
Who's it worth for? Oh, they go
for Baloyski again! Fishing for Yehezkiel. He's deleted, and Gogo next on the chopping board. It is disaster after disaster for Aura Esports.
Baloy on his X-signature pick. Still absolutely disgusting, and that's what he can do. Oh my goodness. 5,000 gold lead built up. GEEK fam are looking to continue the snowball.
There's all the playmaking tools in the pockets of GEEK fam. At every turn, you thought they were done. You thought they used all of their ultimates, all of their crowd control tools. Before you know it, I'm Offended lands. Before you know it, Iron Hook lands, and you lose yet another member. And that Zaman Force is coming up cooldown a bit too fast.
Oh, Baloyski could be the subject of heat, but Ray is able to evacuate with his roamer there. They just lost the red buff. Thankfully though, for GEEK fam, they're able to walk away. Another blind hook. So active on the hook, looking to use it as a playmaking tool.
There's a steal from Yawi there. But you can look at, for GEEK fam, just all the crowd control, especially from a boy. He was actually taken out earlier, I believe, when Luke was diving, when Aran was diving in the back line. So he is still somewhat vulnerable. But now, GEEK fam gets to have multiple ways to deal damage and start fights. And Aura, they're trying to react to too many things at the same time. With the Feather of Heaven and the Holy Crystal, more importantly, finished for Chadera. Anyone that gets caught will get bursted down.
Conceal play from Baloyski. Thankfully, though, it misses. Good now jumping in the back line. Zaman Force popped up. Yehezkiel with the ultimate. Now Yawi gets Baloyski. This could be the turnaround. No, it isn't, because Chadera is just an absolute beast in the back line. But the Petrify! Chadera is dead. But where is the damage? Where's the follow-up? Aura, though, they choose to disengage, and that is a huge shutdown towards Chadera.
They're happy with it. They've taken down the Harith, the man who can just take these fights into his own hands. And just like that, what we said in the drafts, the way to beat the Harith is bait the Zaman Force out, re-engage when it's gone. Chadera got baited in, and GEEK fam will have to hold on for a bit for Chadera to respawn. Aura bought enough time. Well, actually, they have bought time, but is it enough, Arashi?
I think GEEK fam are very happy to just reset and once again, wait for these moments. Whenever GEEK fam are going for a fight and there is something on the map to really make plays around, like the Lord, like the Turtle, or a turret, that's where they're really at their strongest. For Aura, they're great at team fighting as well, but they don't really have the same kind of control over the situation in the Land of Dawn for now. With the wave pushing on the top side right here, I think GEEK are going to be very content just waiting around and trying to chunk down Gugan right here potentially if he just oversteps from the safe zone. So GEEK fam definitely are the ones in control, and Aura are the ones who have to really try and look for something that can catch GEEK fam off guard.
Look at the change for GEEK fam. Chadera will be given both orange and purple buff. This guy's the main carry for GEEK fam. It practically feels like a hyper carry comp. It's all on Chadera. But for Aura, they have their sights on one guy, Luke!
Ooh, what a pull towards Gogo. He is deleted. A boy gets the kill, and no jungler for this Lord fight. This is just trouble for Aura Esports. Yawi circling eagle towards the backline. Chadera chases him down. The airstrike is there. The Lord, of course, it is secured by Retribution. And Kabuki with the run, and Yehezkiel running for the hills. Kabuki forces the blazing duet, but he's caught in the middle of a gunfight. And GEEK fam steamroll. The players of Aura, the Dragons, they pull them down. No ascension towards the sky.
They're still trying desperately to hold on. Arad goes for a desperate engage.
The Petrify towards Luke. Will it be enough? No, it won't be. But the Crystal is next on the menu. It's next on their eyes. The Lord is there to try to clear that Crystal down. But too many members of GEEK Fam in the backline. This could be it. The Dragons are slain. GEEK Fam. They pull them down, clip their wings, and slay them.
The gatekeepers. GEEK Fam will deny that playoff spot for now. Aura have another chance in their next match.